A new development in the ongoing saga of Yellowstone, the #1 scripted TV series on television, and it doesn't look good for the future of this show. Last week, we told you how apparently negotiations had stalled with series star Kevin Costner, who wanted to spend less time on location filming, less time on set, so he could focus on other projects. That apparently didn't sit well with series creator Taylor Sheridan, who is apparently looking for a new star that he might have found in Matthew McConaughey, who is currently in negotiations to launch a new series. This would effectively bring an end to Yellowstone as we know it. And now, according to a new report, even season 5 may have to be delayed because of these ongoing negotiations and disagreements about the production of this show, which would be a terrible hiccup in one of the most successful television shows in cable history. Before we continue, we have a lot of returning viewers. Most of you have not yet subscribed. If you could take just a quick second to hit that subscribe button, we would really appreciate it. So as we told you originally, the issue apparently arose due to the show's shooting schedule, with Kevin Costner wanting to spend less time on set. It says, Costner, who had originally limited himself to 65 days of shooting on Yellowstone, only wanted to shoot for 50 days for the first part of the current season. Paramount Network has declined Costner's most recent proposal and instead has made the decision to move on to the other show. Wow. And now in this new report from The Hollywood Reporter, apparently this dispute could actually lead to the delay of season 5, as this is a titan of a television series. It says, hitting that mark is looking increasingly doubtful. The dispute raises the startling possibility that the most watched drama on TV could end prematurely. So not only could this series be delayed, if they're not able to come to some sort of an agreement, the show could actually just have to end abruptly, which would be a devastating scenario for this show. It's difficult to believe that they would allow it to get to that point. Either Kevin Costner, who seems like a relatively reasonable person, and the folks at Paramount, who certainly want their show to be successful. So I hope that these folks can come together and work this out, even if season 5 is the end of the series, as it increasingly looks like it will be. But it won't be the end of the Yellowstone universe. That's what's important for folks to realize, is that in this reporting, the conversation is essentially if they do bring Matthew McConaughey on, and even Paramount Network said in their statement that they didn't have any news to share, but they said in there that they would love to actually work with Matthew McConaughey. Another interesting piece of this puzzle that a lot of people aren't putting together is the relationship between Cole Hauser and Matthew McConaughey. Cole Hauser, of course, plays Rip Wheeler. And there's a lot of conversation about if they bring on Matthew McConaughey, many of the big stars from Yellowstone, the characters would carry over into this new series. And what's interesting about that is Cole and Matthew McConaughey go way back to the film Dazed and Confused, which was filmed in Texas. It's a classic. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. So it would be really incredible to see these two reunite in this series in such a very big way. So it's not all negative. If Kevin Costner wants to move on from the series, there's certainly a large number of folks, as we've read in the comments, that would still stick around and watch Matthew McConaughey, who's a great actor. Obviously, he is from Texas, so he understands that cowboy lifestyle. So I'm curious to see what you all think, but the one scenario that would not be okay is if they just abruptly ended the show without some sort of, they need to get together and at least figure that part of it out. It doesn't sound like this is that contentious of an issue. So hopefully they'll be able to work this out, folks. Let me know what you think in the comments. And thanks so much again for tuning into CountryCast. Be sure to subscribe if you haven't yet, and check out the recommended video up on your screen.